When I have an anxiety attack, it's 99% of the time in public, and one of the physical symptoms of my anxiety attacks is depersonalization and derealization. So that's feeling detached from my physical body and feeling detached from reality. And what that does is that leads to what is called a cognitive symptom, basically a symptom within my mind, within my thoughts. And that symptom is fear of losing control. Okay. Fear of losing control, and because I'm in public, that often makes the anxiety attack worse. So the method I try to use, and I'm not saying it's easy at all, is called grounding. So when I have an anxiety attack in public, I use this method. It's called grounding. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to name 5 things that we can see, 4 things that we can touch, 3 things that we can hear, 2 things that we can smell, and 1 thing that we can taste. And what this should do is help distract us from that cognitive symptom of losing control, but also make us more aware of our surroundings, so it's not so terrifying and we don't feel so detached from reality and from ourselves during this panic attack. I'm not saying it'll stop the panic attack, but it will. I find it definitely helps these symptoms. So we're just gonna do some grounding now. So first of all, 5 things we can see. So I can see my green lamp there. I can see my cup of tea. I can see a book. I can see my window over here. Over here. That's 4. I can see my own t-shirt. Because when you're out in public, you might be somewhere quite remote, you might be somewhere busy. So just work with what you've got. It doesn't matter at all if it's something that's special to you or it's something on you. You might name 5 items of clothing that you're wearing that you can see. And please be reminded that you can use the same things for the next section, which is name 4 things that you can touch. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm touching my mug. I can feel the heat coming off the tea. That's 1. I'm going to touch this blanket that I've got here. It's nice and soft and comforting. Squidgy. I can touch this lipstick that I have next to my laptop. That's 3. And I'm going to touch my own hair, because there's not a lot of things within reach at the moment. So I'm going to touch my own hair. So I've touched 4 things. Okay, the next section is 3 things that we can hear. Again, if you're somewhere quite remote, or if you can't seem to focus on things, you can make your own noises, okay? So the first thing I can hear is the hum of a generator, because I live above a shop and there's like a fan that gets rid of all the hot air. I can hear the hum in the background of that. I can hear my cats playing in the other room. I think one of them is using the litter tray and kicking litter everywhere. That's the second thing I can hear. And the third thing I can hear is the clicking of the pen. So I can hear 3 things. Okay, 2 things I can smell. By this point, you're probably really distracted from what triggered the anxiety attack, because you're probably thinking, this is getting a bit ridiculous. How am I meant to smell two things? So at the moment, it's quite easy for me. I'm not in public. So I can smell my tea. It's like pineapple, mint, and melon. Very odd combination. It's from my Christmas collection of teas. But I thought, hey, it's kind of fruity and kind of refreshing. So I'll try that tea. So that's one thing I can smell. I can smell my tea. In the past, I'm not going to lie, I've resorted to, I can smell my deodorant, or lack thereof. So I can, I can smell the fabric softener on my shirt. I can smell my perfume if you wear perfume. You might be going past a shop. You might be going past like a Subway sandwich shop and you can smell the Subway. So there's always things on you or around you that you can smell. So try and smell two things. And one thing you can taste. I'm not gonna use my tea again because that's a cop-out. And I'm not usually walking around in public with tea. So I can taste my finger. Doesn't taste of much. Maybe a tiny hint of the soap from the last time I washed my hands. Little things like that. You can taste the inside of your mouth. If you've just had chewing gum or brush your teeth, it might taste a little bit minty. If you've just eaten, you can try and taste what you've just eaten. If you haven't had anything in a while, it might taste of just not a whole lot. But that's okay, because you can still taste that. So that's how I ground myself from an anxiety attack. It's 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. I hope that helps anyway. I'm gonna finish my tea now.